Okay, good morning everyone. Well, morning here in Australia, good evening in the United States of America. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking the time out of your day or evening to jump on this webinar. So what we're presenting today is something that all of us feel is very unique, very special, and is really a great opportunity for anyone who wants to get involved. So I want to introduce Dr. Kurt Bisnick. He is a chiropractor. He's been a chiropractor for over 30 years, and about 20 years ago he branched out into age reversal medicine. And age reversal medicine is really a growing field in medicine, and it's really set to be one of the biggest fields in medicine in the future. Because, you know, as we focus on age reversal, that's how we can diminish age-related or aging-related diseases. So I'm going to hand over to Kurt, and thank you, Kurt, for joining us on the call today. Okay.
So 30 years ago, Tom Maurer Sr. was a father coming home from work where they had just requested, he was working for a chemical company, and they requested him to formulate a new shampoo product for their chemical company. They were going to put it on the market. Tom went home to his own shower, and he looked at the product, looked at the ingredients, and he realized the same ingredients that he was supposed to make this shampoo out of were the same ones they used to make floor cleaners, engine degreasers, many other toxic type of products that required hazmat suits when they were being mixed up by the workers. Tom looked at that and he said, there is no way that I'm going to make products for that. In fact, I'm going to take all these products out of the house. He looked through all the products that was on his shelves and he threw away everything that he realized was toxic. And that's really where the Maurer mission was born over 30 years ago. And he's been educating people, informing people, empowering people how to live healthier. And him and his son, Tom Jr., have formulated some of the safest, most non-toxic products on the market that you'll ever find. Next slide, please. So on the next slide, you'll see a picture of Tom and Tom Jr., and it's a picture of two men who are on a mission to change the world. Next slide. The mission doesn't just stop with the first company, and since the family has been working with this, it's not just Tom and Tom Jr., it's daughter Liesel, and it's his grandson Tom Jr., or Thomas Jr., I guess, and some of the other kids and the uncles, and they're all working at the company. And so the company was put into a dynasty trust, which we'll talk about later, but this company will be around for a long, long time. It's a legacy company, and it's a legacy mission that will be passed on from family member to family member. Next slide, please. So the Maurer mission doesn't stop with helping people find safe product. It also includes helping us all find health, wealth, and happiness. Okay, I caught up to where I'm supposed to be. So many times people will tell me, they'll say, oh, I joined one of those deals before, you know, and so let me tell you this real quickly. This isn't just one of those deals. Sisel has an experienced management team. We've got years and years and years of behind the desk in large corporations with traditional as well as the network market industry. Because we manufacture our own products, we have a sustainable product line. I haven't looked over every compensation plan on the market, but I'll tell you, there's thousands and thousands of companies. I've looked over hundreds of them. Friends of mine have actually helped write comp plans, and we all agree that this comp plan is probably one of the best in the market because it gives the new guy or gal that's just getting started a chance to build it for the future, but it also gives a seasoned veteran a chance to make enough that they can retire comfortably. And so it's not heavily loaded on the front end. It's not heavily loaded on the back side. It's a comp plan that's designed for all of us, and not just for those people who jump from company to company or for those people who happen to get in earlier. In fact, as Katie goes over the compensation, you'll find if you just joined us today, you have an opportunity that you can get in, you can build a larger organization than the person that brought you in, and therefore you can make a bigger check than they make. I'll tell you, in traditional business, that doesn't happen, and in most network marketing, that doesn't happen either, because like people who got started first usually make the bigger checks. Doesn't happen with Sisel. Like I said before, the other thing that sets Sisel apart, we're placed in a dynasty trust. That means that we're going to be around. We're going to be in the Maurer family for almost the rest of time, 250 years. And I can show you that we have financial security, we have stability for the future. Next slide, please. So what does Sisel stand for? Sisel is really an acronym. It stands for Science, Innovation, Success, Energy, and Longevity. And when you get involved with us, when you investigate our company, you'll find all of these things are included with your distributor kit. They're included with your Sisel business should you decide to join us. Next slide, please. So when you look at the manufacturing plant and what we have, we've got a company that's built around making products. We make all of our own products, and we've got 480,000 square feet of manufacturing. We make products for a lot of other large companies. They've come to trust Tom and Tom Jr. to formulate products for them. And so they're considered to be icons in the industry, and they've sold billions and billions of dollars worth of products. Next slide. So the Maurer mission, like we were talking about, it's not just about helping come out with products, but it's coming out with a way to help people create health, wealth, and happiness for themselves and for helping the rest of the world by offering this opportunity to share things, to share this with the rest of the world. Next slide. So next, what I want to talk about is the product lineup that we have. And I don't want to just talk about products. What I really want to talk about is I want to talk about an overview of our product line. And we put it all into different categories. We have 6 different categories, and then we actually have a 7th category, which is the compensation plan, and Katie will go over that. Next slide, please. So many women, they just won't even go out in the public without putting their face on in the morning. The beauty industry is $245 billion per year in sales. And how would you like to be able to offer your friends and for yourself, use safe, non-toxic products? They say that the average woman ingests 6 pounds of lead in their lifetime just from their lipstick. 6 pounds. Think about that. Lead is toxic. They're finding it in the arteries of people that have heart disease. They're finding it in the brains of people that have chronic degenerative brain conditions. They also find mercury in the body. They're finding mercury, and it's a very toxic type of an ingredient. They're finding that it's typically used to manufacture mascara. Well, not at Sisel. We have products that you love to put on. You feel comfortable knowing that they're safe to use. And what I'll tell people is that 26 seconds after you put a toxic skincare product on, you can measure it in your urine. And you won't find that when you're using Sisel products. Next slide. When I started looking at the longevity line, I actually started getting into it a long time ago, about 25 years ago, 5 years after I got into the chiropractic. Back then, it was kind of just getting started. And it was one of those things where you tell people I was into age reversal, and they'd say, oh, that's nice. And they'd kind of look at you kind of strange, like, oh, you're one of those weird ducks, right? And now it's turned into a $35 billion a year industry. And Paul Zane Pilzer, who's considered to be one of the world's best economists, he said that it's the next $1 trillion industry. When you read his book, The Next Trillion, you'll see him talking about that. And people don't want to get older. People don't want to look older. We want to look young. We want to be running around enjoying our life for the rest of time. And so how would you like to grab a piece of that $35 billion and put it in your checking account? Next slide, please. So I often ask people, what room in the house is the most dangerous? And a lot of times they'll say the garage, or they might say the kitchen because of all the sharp objects there. But actually, it's the bathroom. Most of the products that are in your bathroom, like we were talking about, the shampoos, the hair conditioners, the hair gels, the shaving cream, the toothpaste, these are all toxic. They're not safe to use. The EPA should actually ban a lot of them. If you go to our website or have the person that brought you here to this webinar send you a checklist. We have a checklist in our back office that we can send out, and make an agreement with yourself. If there's products that you're using right now that aren't safe to use, make an agreement that you're going to throw those out, and you're going to make a start for becoming healthier this year by making just small changes. What if you just change out 25% of your products? What do you think? Do you think that would make a difference? You bet it would, and that's a great place to start, because once you start feeling better, then making the next 25% change, it's not going to be that hard. Next slide, please. So the coffee industry is considered to be the second largest traded commodity on the planet. It's actually the second most drank beverage on the planet. In any language, you can say coffee and people know what you mean. And so Sisel started manufacturing the safest and the healthiest coffee on the planet. And what we do is we have a process where we don't make acrylamides in our coffee. Right now in California, if you go to a coffee shop, Proposition 65, they have to have a sign on their wall that says that their coffee is toxic and can cause cancer. And that's not just California coffee. That's coffee all over the planet. But the coffee that we manufacture with Sisel, because of the way that we do it, we don't have acrylamides in our coffee, making it safe. Then we add extra things like bacopa and gotu-kola, which help with brain function. It makes it so it lowers your risk of having certain kind of degenerative brain conditions. We have ingredients in there that boost your immune system. Along with that, we make just a real healthy green tea. We've got lattes, we've got mocha, and then we have a line of weight loss coffees and teas as well. This is a $100 billion industry, and I think that's just part of it. I think there's actually more than that. And so you can grab your piece of it, and you can share it with people one cup at a time and make money every time they drink coffee. Next slide, please. So right now, it's the end of January. 30% of people have already busted their goals for the year. They're already giving up on their New Year's resolution. Sisel offers a few things in this lineup. And I'll tell you, for the past 3 weeks, since the 4th of January, I've been covering this along with my friend DW on the doctor's call that we do every Tuesday. It's not just about cutting calories and saying, hey, I'm going to lose weight. That's why this industry is $135 billion. If it was easy, do you think it would be this big? So we have things in our product line that'll help get rid of hunger. We have other products that'll balance sugars. We have other products that help with fat metabolism. We have products that will help out with the hormones that are involved with weight loss. We've got products that will help you sleep better when you're losing weight. We have products that help you build lean muscle mass. We have a chocolate shake that actually tastes like a chocolate shake. I'm drinking one right now as we're talking, and I've been using this since the 4th of January. Personally, I've lost over 17 pounds in the 3-week period of time. My goal is to be back to the weight that I was back in the 1980s by the end of this year, and I know that I'm going to do it with the help of these products and a little bit of working out and making sure that I get to the gym. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be at my goal, and you can too. When Tim gets on the call and shares his testimonial, it'll blow you away. Next slide, please. So the final category of products we have is the water industry. And back when I was a kid, back when I was growing up, we just drank water. You didn't think anything of it. All of a sudden, Erin Brockovich came on, and she did a movie. And in that movie, she showed us how unsafe and dangerous water can be. Think about it. Pesticides, hormones, chemical runoff from manufacturing plants. It makes it unsafe. A friend of mine who worked in the Minneapolis municipality water system there, he told me that they could get out most everything except for the hormones. Do you think that maybe your water might contain something? I bet it does. And we have a machine right here that hooks up in minutes to your water, gives you the safest water, gives you the healthiest water. And there is a difference. Safe doesn't necessarily mean healthy. And you need to try this water. And so I tell people, I think this is one of the reasons that I have a zero recovery time every time that I work out, because I bring a bottle of hydrogen water with me when I go to the gym. And if you do the research, do the research on recovery time when you're drinking hydrogen water when you're working out. And so next slide, please. And by the way, that's a $100 billion a year industry. So, we don't want you to just take our word for it. And I brought Tim Proctor with us. Tim, if you want to hit *6 and jump on the call with us. Tim comes to us from Florida. He's got 25 years in the industry. He got started with Sisel about 5 years ago, and he's lost over 70 pounds and was able to retire his family. So I'm going to hand the microphone over to Tim. Give us your wonderful story on what this has meant for you.
Well, Kurt, thanks for having me on, and I appreciate you asking. And I just want to say hi to all the friends from down under that we met at the convention, but also at Mauer Beach a year ago. So it was fun doing this. But to kind of give you a little background on me, with what Kurt was saying, was about 25 years ago, Pam and I got into network marketing, and over that course of time, we've been in 4 different companies. 2 of which were just a name change. But the last one that we were in, we were real happy with it, but they started having some issues and then stopped paying their distributors. And so I did some research, or was asked to do the research, and came across Sisel and Tom Mauer. And guys, this past, the 15th was actually our 5-year anniversary with Sisel. And things have changed a lot over those 5 years, but every time something has changed, it has always gotten better for us as business partners. Tom really wants to make sure that they pay us. They want to make sure the products are healthy for us. And that's something that we really looked for, because one thing that Pam told me, or actually she said it, that, because, and I'll give you that story in just a minute about the weight loss, but I was a little over 310 pounds when we got into Sisel. And so her comment was, honey, I'd like you to be around a lot longer, so we needed to find something healthy. And so with what Sisel has done, back in the time when we got in, and it wasn't something that happened overnight. First time that I actually got really strong into doing the weight loss challenge that we had at the time was probably toward the end of the first year. And when I did the first 90-day challenge that I participated in, I lost right at 40 pounds. And I started feeling better, lost inches. Pam was saying, oh, my arms go farther around you. I know you've lost inches. So that was something that I really liked, hey, good attention there. But over the course of time, I've lost, as Kurt said, I've lost over 70 pounds. Of course, the holidays here, I did gain some back. We drove up to her parents' house in Alabama, and the family came up, and I'm sorry, there was a lot of food. So I gained a little back, not a whole lot, but I did gain some. But with the first of the year, I wanted to go ahead and start losing weight, because I knew I still needed to lose some if I wanted to get back down to the weight I was in college when I met Pam and we got married. So I know I need to lose about another 40 pounds, 50 pounds, right in that area. And so I started with one of the 10-day Sisel Trim challenges that are going on. And since I've done that, as I told Kurt earlier, I've already lost about 10 pounds on doing that. And not only was the food the reason I gained some of that weight back, but I wasn't out doing my walking like I had been doing. I'd walk normally a half hour to an hour every day. And so that not being there caused me to not have that activity, and you can't sit around even taking Tom's great products and lose weight. And guys, when we first came into the business, and Kurt may remember this part, but our weight loss products were not a very large number of products in the product line. I mean, we only had the vanilla Siseline, we had Ultramax, we had Accelerator, Recurve, and what was at that time called Slender Pops. And so those were the only things that we had. But over the course of time, as you've been part of, as Sisel has grown, we've gotten Transfigure, we've gotten Forskolin, we've gotten the green coffee bean extract, we got the coffees, we've got the Triangle. All these products now, plus, as Kurt said, we have the chocolate Siseline. And guys, if you didn't look at your email from yesterday, or today, sorry, but vanilla Siseline, at least here in the U.S., we now have that available in the sachet, so that's going to be coming out. So that's something that we can prospect with. But the weight loss part is something that's given me my health back. And because of the Triangle and the weight loss, I haven't been sick in 5 years. I start to get a little sniffle, take several doses of Fucoidan through the day, take Sisel Immune now, and it's gone. So I don't even get sick. So that's a bonus. My wife has lost 45 pounds with what Sisel has done with the products. And again, hers was not an overnight thing. It does take some time. It takes some effort, and you have to remain focused doing that. So that's kind of the weight loss part of it. And as we're doing this, we're building our team. We're in a couple of different countries as well. We're here in the U.S. big. But the products that we've had, we've been able to help other people get their health back. Some of you have heard of Christy Kopecki on the calls with us. She's in my group. She used to have to take 13 medications. She no longer takes those because of what Sisel has done for her. And so these are the type stories that we use when we start promoting our business. It's not just about me. It's not just about what we have done, but it's about what our team has done, and then also what the company has done, because there's other stories about from Dr. Mance, who is on my team as well. He had somebody that had some health issues that was given 6 months to live, and that was over 2 years ago, and it was cancer, and the guy is now cancer-free. Again, we can't say it cures it or treats it, but it has helped. So those are stories that we use. The thing about what Kurt said about me retiring, it was November of 2015, so actually a little over a year ago, and some of you that are on the call probably that were down at the Mauer Beach function, I know Kurt was, that was one of those times that, you know, after Aaron was talking about it, I kind of raised my hand, and because I retired the week before the trip down there, and so I just wanted to thank Sisel and Aaron and Tom for throwing my retirement party down there, and so it was a blast, and that's things that you get to do. You know, because of being able to retire, what I look for now, and Katie will be going over that here in just a second, is this compensation plan is made, as Kurt said earlier, for the newest person to make money right off the bat, the very next day. Most compensation plans that I've seen, the newest person, you have to buy a certain amount. You have to have at least 2 or 3 people in your group before you're even qualified to start making anything. And then it's not a whole lot. With us, you sign up today, you sign somebody up tomorrow, the next day you're getting paid for it, which is really unheard of in our market because normally it's a week to a month before you get paid. So those are some things that I look for, and because, like I said, because of being able to retire, I've been able to help other people. And our big thing is don't look for the person that's making or bragging about making 6, 7, 8, or 7 figures. Look for the person that you can help that's making an extra $500, $600, $700, $1,000 a month, because those are the people that you're really helping. It's great to be able to say, yes, we've got X number of people doing 7 figures, but I want to be able to tell people I've got 5,000 people making $1,000. Those type things. And that's what Sisel can do for us. And so I kind of hope that helps you out, Kurt, on what you were asking for and what you were looking for. And then I look forward to also seeing you for quite a few of you on the cruise coming up in a couple of months. So back to you, Kurt.
Well, Tim, thanks for sharing your testimonial. And I find it so awesome that you were able to retire and you lost that weight. I didn't realize you had lost that much weight. And so you and Pam, you'll have a long life together. And with Sisel, I always tell people that to grow old, you need 2 things. You need your health and you need some money. And Sisel can provide both. So thanks again. Katie, I want to bring her on, and she's got to be a good friend of mine from down under. Katie actually competes in over the age of 40 bodybuilding competition. She does real well, and if you've seen some of her pictures, she's won some awards with it. Prior to doing that, she had some real serious health challenges, and she decided she was going to get her life back in shape. And Sisel actually saved her life. And I'm proud to call her a business partner. She works really hard. She has a great understanding of the computers and helps me in the computer part of it. But she also understands the products. She understands comp plans. So she'll give you a quick overview of how we can make money with this in 7 different ways with Sisel. So, Katie, I'm going to hand the microphone over to you, and thanks for everything that you do.
Thanks, Kurt. That was great. And thank you, Tim, for sharing. But I want to say that there really is something for everyone in Sisel. So, the goal of life is really to live on your own terms. Many of us may have that dream to have a boat or a house or a yacht and want that world trip. We want enough money to look after ourselves and our loved ones. If you want extra money, how you can help a charity. You might have a worthy cause that's meaningful to you that you want to donate to. So, you definitely need money to do that. And wealth creation is something that is worth considering. And Sisel has a great opportunity. And everyone really deserves health, wealth, and happiness. So today I'm sharing a genuine opportunity, and it's something that you can use as a vehicle to fulfill your dreams. So I'm going to just quickly go through the different options that we have in business today. So we have a traditional or franchise business, and with those sorts of things, you know, you've got a large setup cost. You're probably not going to make money for at least the first 3 to 5 years, and many of those businesses, new businesses, fail. Apparently the stats are 95% in the first 5 years. You're going to be working long hours, and you know, you can't really just take time off whenever you want if you're getting that going and trying to make it successful. Plus you're going to be managing staff. So, you know, those are things you need to consider. Okay, what about a corporate job? And I always like to say the 40-40-40 rule. So, you know, 40 hours a week for $40,000 for 40 years. Well, now it's really the 60-60-60 rule, which is probably now, because the retirement age has gone up, you're going to be working 60 years, and your probably income's around $60,000. Yeah, and so what sort of, you can't really retire and live off that sort of money, so we really need to look at network marketing as an option. And so that's what we're going through today. So what is network marketing? So network marketing is about earning a passive income. So, you know, you have the opportunity to earn money without active involvement. So you can get residual payments, and so that money keeps coming in whilst you're not working. And obviously it takes time to build up a business, but we're not talking about, you know, you do need to put in 2 to 3 years to start, and by about the 5th year you could expect to be making some really good money. If you look at the other option of an active income, so your job and even your own business or a franchise, you're getting immediate compensation. So you're getting paid for the work that's done on that day. You only have financial security as long as you're employed or as long as you're in business. You know, this is a real struggle for many people. If you've got your own business or if you're in a job, what if you get sick? You know, you've only got a certain amount of sick leave, and after that it runs out. You've got no money coming in. How are you going to pay the mortgage? How are you going to look after yourself? How are you going to look after the family? So this is a real concern. So this is why we really want to consider other ways to generate income, and this is something Sisel offers. So success requires that you keep an open mind. So, you know, how do you get started in Sisel? So you can get started for as little as $50, but, you know, we do recommend that you join as a platinum member and get started with a $250 order. And the other option that I also want to mention at this stage is that, you know, if you're really truly committed to this as a business opportunity and serious, why not consider getting started with a $1,000 investment, and that will start you at the 1-star master. So this gives you a great opportunity to build up product testimonials, to use the products, to build belief in the products, and then share them with others with genuine belief and excitement. And, you know, people get excited when you're excited. And you also want to remember that whatever you do, other people are going to duplicate. So if you get in at $250, then you're likely to find other people that will join the company at that price. If you start at the $1,000 investment, then other people will likely do the same thing. And so it's really not much money when you're considering that you're investing in products that are really going to help your health, and it's an investment in your health and your future. And, you know, if you've listened to everything Kurt said, he's really gone into great detail about the science behind our products and how fantastic they are. So now I'm just going to go through the compensation plan. So we have what's called the Platinum Club. So the Platinum Club is paid out to anyone who you've joined as a Platinum member, as I mentioned, at 250 PV order for your first order. And then if you bring people into your team at the Platinum level, you can get paid a bonus. So if you bring in 5 Platinum members, you can earn $125 bonus, and your enrolling sponsor also gets matched there at $125, and it goes up from there. So this is really incredible. So there are 6 ways to get paid out. We've got the Fast Start bonus, direct commission, master check match, retail commission, rank advancement bonus, and luxury auto bonus. And I'm really going to go not into too much detail, just quickly cover the key points of why these payout systems are of great benefit. Okay, so the Fast Start bonus is great for the new starter. So it's paid daily, and you get paid the very next day. So if you introduce someone to Sisel and they get in as a platinum member, it doesn't even have to be a platinum member, they can get in and get started for as little as 50 PV, you will earn 20% commission on them the very next day. So this bonus is a great way to give people incentive to start growing their business and see money in their e-wallet, pretty much immediately. We then have the direct commission. So the direct commission is paid monthly, and what this commission is set up to do is really encourage you to build a business and build some depth. So if you can see from the diagram, you're actually getting paid the highest percentages at the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and 5th level. So once you've introduced someone to the organization, you're actually getting paid to help them grow. So you get paid more money at the 2nd, 3rd, 4th level, and right down to the 5th. We get paid all the way down to the 10th level. So this is a great commission plan, and this is one of the profit centers and one of the ways that Sisel pays out on top of all of the other ways. So we also have what's called a master check match. So this is really cool because this is what I mentioned. If you come in at the $1,000 investment, then you are already eligible for the master check match. And that means anyone else that comes in as a master distributor, you can earn 10% on their earnings. So you get these bonuses paid monthly. So this is an additional profit center that Sisel pays, and this is a great way to also earn extra income. So then we also have the retail commission. So Sisel is a direct sales company and a network marketing company. So they have two types of, selling. And so for those people who don't really feel comfortable with network marketing, there's also the retail option and the direct selling. And Sisel's about to kick off in Australia with a new program called Sisel Live, which really brings in the retail commission. And you can actually earn more than 20%. So this just demonstrates that if you enroll a customer and they're only interested in product, they're not interested in the business, then you will earn 20% on their order, and that's for life. And if you're doing the Sisel Live, you can actually earn higher commissions than that. So then we also have what's called the rank advancement bonus. So as you advance in rank, or as your members in your team advance in rank, Sisel actually pay bonuses to both the enrolled distributor and the enrolling distributor. And so this is a great incentive to encourage people to advance to the next level. And so this has been set up to really help people grow their business. And then finally we have what's called the luxury auto bonus. So once you reach 1-star master, you're eligible for the luxury auto bonus. So Sisel will pay $200 towards your car, any car of your choice, and then all the way up to $1,500 for a 10-star master. So once you reach this level, you won't be having to pay for a car or buy a car again. Sisel are going to do that for you. So this is just an awesome payout that Sisel offer distributors, and it's a great incentive to build a business with Sisel. So I just wanted to cover the basics of how do you get your products for free, because that would be the first goal of anyone. So basically, if you're ordering an average of 250 PV per month, and you introduce, if you find 3 people and help those 3 find 3, that would generate an income of around 250 PV per month. So you'd be getting your products for free. However, if you include the fast start bonus of 20% and the Platinum Club for each of the 5 distributors 125, you'd actually be earning more than that. So that's how you would get your products for free. So I put a note on the slide here too. So that's if one of those customers is a preferred customer. If you have more customers that are preferred customers, that figure's actually going to be higher because we pay out 20% on preferred customers. So I also want to mention that the global compensation plan is seamless. So you can introduce people in any country in the world, and Sisel automatically converts that currency to your currency. So you can join relatives in other countries, friends in other countries. Sisel's open in over 40 countries and counting, and that's growing all the time. And Sisel, earning money with Sisel is not just about cash. It's really giving you an opportunity for a lifestyle change. You can go on that trip or pay those bills. You won't be struggling every month. What difference would $500 a month make to you? To many that would mean a lot. And I also want to just finish by saying that Sisel's compensation plan pays 2 to 6 times higher than any other plans in the market. So Now that you've heard about how great Sisel's products are, you've heard a brief overview of the compensation plan and how great it is, and really there isn't any other plan that compares to it. Go out and do your own research. It's really important that whoever introduced you to this webinar or call today, that you go back to them. If you're interested, let them know. If they can't assist you, please find out who their sponsor is or their sponsor above them. They will be able to assist you to get started, and I invite you to come and join us next week and bring a guest. And thanks again for joining us today. So we'll hopefully hear you on the call next time. Thanks a lot.